Well, ANZAC Day is nearly upon us, and there's a few things I need to do. Now, for those of you who are not Australians, I'm not sure how many of them there are on this channel, but this is something we do yearly in Australia. Originally, it started off as a way to commemorate the members of the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps that served in Gallipoli in the First World War. But it's been extended to cover pretty well anybody who has served in the Australian military forces or New Zealand military forces. And it's celebrated yearly in Australia. And one of the things I do get right into is the ANZAC Appeal, which is something run by the local RSLs. And they are very, very good at supporting our local veterans. Probably a little bit more than DVA in some cases, but that's an argument for another day. Now, one of the traditions is you go out and you make a donation and you get given a badge to show that you've made a donation. Now, something I have been doing for a very long time is making donations to the ANZAC Appeal, and I have quite a number of badges. In fact, there are even more that are on the old bag strap that I've had to replace for this. And that bag strap has been put into my little personal museum. But on that bag strap there are a couple of badges, one of which I was given by the local light horse unit when I signed up. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to really continue through with that through complications that I now know were a result of multiple sclerosis. But anyway, the tradition has been every year to add some more badges to this. This year I've had a little bit of extra cash to spare, so I have purchased a few more that I don't already have on the collection, which is starting to get to be a bit of a challenge. Now, you might notice there are some other badges in here that are not ANZAC. This one's from a VFW branch in the USA that we visited to try and return a medal that we found out was mostly a replica, but still they were happy enough to see that. I also picked up an American flag while I was over there, and a POW MIA badge. And of course I spent some time in Texas as well. So there's a few little bit off-topic ones in here, but they're mostly ANZAC related, and they need to be a little bit repositioned here as well. I've also got one from Soldier On here. That one is an exclusive one. I had to mail in for that one as well. But that was the driveway at dawn, which was last year during the COVID lockdowns. We did this. This year we're going to do the same thing. I've got several tons, literally metric tons of military hardware in my front yard, so we're going to put that on display. And because our local council, rather than comply with the COVID restrictions, has decided they're not going to do a dawn service, and that's really the part of ANZAC Day that I do. It's basically getting up at dawn and paying our respects. So we will listen to the broadcast on the radio from Canberra, and I might use the projector in the ambulance to project a little bit of a slideshow, and I'll stick up a sign out the front. But that's what we'll do in a different video. Today we're just going over my collection of badges and putting them in here. In case you're wondering about this penny, this is a 1919 edition penny, relevant because of the Boer War and my great uncle who came back with a military medal in bar, which I'm pretty sure that was his serviceman's badge there, as well as this one. So these are genuines, these two. And these are just brass washers that are out of a big knife switch. This is a Fiat badge because my grandfather put together Fiat tractors, but it's a little bit faded. And there are also Vietnam badges. There's a Wolf Park one in here that's a little bit off topic, but that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, there's a lot of vintage ones here. These badges here, one of these three, and I can't remember which, is a $100 donation badge, and one of these is a $50. So I have made some considerable donations in the past. But let's get on with opening these badges and pinning them on. So naturally, real estate is at a bit of a premium with this, so I think I'm going to go back to an old habit, start putting them on the bag strap again. Now, the last bag strap did fail, and that's because I used this this bag relentlessly for several years, and I had them glued on, and the super glue caused the cotton to go very solid, as you might expect. and it ended up cracking. So we're going to put these on here, being as I only bring this bag out really for ANZAC Day or really special occasions. It's not so much of an issue these days. So we're going to stick our pin through here. Now the ones on the flap of this, I have actually, with these little clips, I've put a drop of super glue in here just to help prevent them from falling off. But these ones, I do know a Vietnam vet who is actually in charge of this particular section of the RSL, or in terms of the badges anyway. So I was able to get a few early on. I got early access to a couple of these and made my donation so that I didn't miss out. But yeah, I'm also a military museum volunteer and committee member as well. So this stuff's all pretty close to home. So and this is not about celebrating. This is about commemorating. People lost their lives and sacrificed with the intention of improving our today. I think the phrase was, we gave our today so they can have their tomorrow, or something to that effect. I will have to look that phrase up, but the sentiment is conveyed. Alright, so these are our 3 new ones here, and we're going to go over the little blurbs of these guys. So this one I've added just here, which is a lest we forget one. This one is relevant to an Australian light armoured vehicle, an ASLAV. I'd really love to have an ASLAV in my collection. I had the chance of buying one years ago and I chose a more sensible vehicle. Probably sensible that I did, but you know, I still missed that opportunity. Yep, so it's this is making reference to the 2nd Cavalry Regiment patrols in the dusty streets of Baghdad, and providing protection to Australian diplomats and members of the Australian force during the reconstruction phase in Iraq. So fairly modern, relevant one there. This one, this is your little peace branch here, or your olive branch. I think that's what that's meant to be. This is the Australian Defence Force medical teams that are often called upon to assist local populations in times of natural disasters. Camp Bradman was established in the Dani area of Pakistan to enable immediate medical relief assistance to be delivered. And of course the last one we have here, which is we will remember them. So we've got different phrases from the ode in here. So this one is pretty much got the ode on the back, which is well worth saying. So this one we will go over when we have our dawn service in our front yard. So we're going to put on a display out there. Anyway, that's probably enough time on ANZAC badges. But guys, look, if you are sympathetic to the cause, don't forget to get your ANZAC badges. So anyway, I'll see you all in the next one.